Hey guys, it's Coach Jensen. I'm back in the kitchen. Today I'm going to be making some ravioli and meatballs, but I'm going to do it a little bit out of the ordinary. I'm going to spice it up and show you how I do it today, alright? So as Joseph would say, we're going to make a D1 meal today. Alright guys, so the first thing I'm going to do for my video today is get my vegetables ready. So here I've got just a red bell pepper, I've got a zucchini or an Italian squash, I've got the Anaheim chili pepper, and then I've got two little Serrano peppers here. Now these Serrano peppers, those are small, but don't sleep on those. They pack a big punch. All right, so I'm going to dice up all those veggies, and then I'm going to get them in the pot with some meatballs and get that cooking process started here. All right, guys, so I've got all those vegetables chopped up and diced up there. So I've got them in a pretty big pot here. Now I'm going to add my meatballs and my sauce. All right, so I've got these meatballs from Costco. They're the Italian style beef meatballs, and these are already cooked, so we really just need to heat them up. Usually it takes about 20 minutes. Yep, it should be good, about 20 minutes there. All right, so I've got a generous helping of frozen meatballs in there. All right, so the sauce that I'm going to use today is from Sprouts, my favorite grocery store. They had a really good deal on these. They had a manager special. They were over 50% off, so I picked up a bunch of these, probably like 10 different cans of these, just because they were such a good deal out there, right? But this is the tomato basil gourmet pasta sauce. I'm going to be putting in 2 cans of this, and these are pretty big. These are the 24-ounce ones, all right? But I've got a lot of meatballs and a lot of vegetables in there, and that sauce also needs to cover my ravioli, so I'm going to be using 2 of these big cans to put in there. And a little trick that I like to do too, just so you don't waste any sauce, is I'll put a little bit of water back in that jar. We'll put the lid on because you can even see there's some leftover sauce in there. And then just shake it up and get all those leftovers out and then pour that right in the pot. All right, so now I've got my meatballs, I've got my sauce, I've got my vegetables in there. We've got it turned up to about medium high, all right, just to get it cooking. And then once that starts to boil, I'll turn it back down to a medium. And that's just going to do its thing in there for about 20 minutes. All right, guys, safety tip 101. After you guys cut any sort of hot peppers, make sure you wash your hands. I didn't, and I touched my eye. Oh, man, it feels like my whole eye socket is on fire right now. All right, guys, the next thing I'm going to add is these Sprouts Organic Super Greens. So we've got a nice little medley here, a little mixture, and I'm going to put those right in the pot with my meatballs and my vegetables. All right, so we got our leafy greens. We just stir them in there. And I can go ahead and turn down the heat because my sauce is coming to a nice boil here. So I'll make sure everything's mixed in there all nice. All right, and now the ravioli is super easy. So I've got some water that's coming to a boil here. I just pour some ravioli in. And then that only needs to boil for about 6 to 8 minutes. All right, so this ravioli's got just under a minute. It's all starting to float to the top, so that's pretty much done. Oh, those meatballs are smelling so good right now. Guys, this kitchen just smells amazing. Wish you were here to smell it. And then after that, we've just got to strain out the ravioli and put our last 2 little finishing touches on this dish, and it'll be ready to go. All right, guys, the ravioli's going in the pot with everything else. And I forgot to mention, the ravioli, this is some stuff that I got from Costco. It's stuffed with mozzarella cheese and spinach. Very, very delicious. All right, and the last step is I've got some Kirkland pesto, some nice fresh basil pesto. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this in. It's just gonna give it a really nice, like rich herby flavor. So pesto is just mostly like basil, some olive oil, and some garlic. So it just adds a really nice layer of flavor. It goes really well with these meatballs and this ravioli. All right, guys, so as you can see, this looks absolutely incredible. Oh, the flavor combinations just smell so good in here. And then the last final step is I'm gonna put some fresh shaved Parmesan cheese over the top. Oh, and let that just melting it in there. You can kind of put as much as you want, but I'm going to put a nice generous amount on my bowl here. Oh yeah. All right, guys, and now it's time for the taste test. All right, guys, and now it's time for the taste test. So that Parmesan's starting to melt on there. It's still really hot, but I'm going to do my best to get a good bite here. So I'm going to cut up half a meatball, get some ravioli in this bite. Oh yeah. Make sure I get some of that Parmesan cheese. Well, that's a good looking bite, guys. Let's see how it is. Smells good. Oh, hot. Real hot. Woo! It's got some spice to it. Let me tell you guys, those two little Serrano peppers, they're tiny, but they add some spice. Meatballs got a really nice flavor. The vegetables and the meatballs and the ravioli all really complement each other well. You can definitely taste the little herbiness from that basil pesto in there. Overall, guys, I'd say this is a great dish. Thank you guys for watching till the end. If you did, I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for the support. I love you guys. Stay happy, stay healthy, and I'll see you next time.